What's up, everybody? Been a minute. Today's a good day. We got upper control arms in for the DURAMAX. Ball joints are shot, and if you know anything about 2500s for this year, you can't press ball joints in. To just replace them, you have to get a whole entire control arm. So, just got done work. It's 75 out. We're gonna go throw some control arms in. See you up at the shop. Alright, truck's in here. So, we're going to get this thing jacked up off the ground. Start tearing tires off it. And yes, I went with cheaper control arms. Oh, I know, go get Kryptonite or Cognito or whatever. We didn't. KSP. That's what we went with because, one, I got to build a house, so I'm not spending a fuck ton of money on truck parts. And two, we don't know how long we're going to have this truck. This could be gone this fall, could be gone who knows when. So, either way, we got some tubular KSPs. These are for 2 to 4 inch lift, and they're actually kind of stout, and the welds are pretty nice. So, replaceable ball joints are bolt in. Yeah, we'll throw them in, see how they go. Alright, got the tires off. So as you can see here, we got blown out boot. This ball joint is the one that's kind of shot. I did shocks the other day, and lower ball joints. Found that the uppers they're not shot, but they're going out. There's a little bit of play. So putting new ones in, and best way to do that is crank this to the side. Get a swivel socket, put your socket in here, impact up the back, pop them loose. Simple. Wrap on that with a hammer and it'll pop right off. But we're gonna go do the other side quick. Crank your wheel all the way to one side, whatever side you're working on, do the opposite. So we're gonna go do the right side, crank the wheel all the way to the left. And that'll give you plenty of room inside here. Put your impact up inside. Just like that. So, simple. Now we'll just smack on it with a hammer. Those will pop loose, and then we'll pull the camber bolts out, holding the uppers in. Pretty sure we're probably going to have to pull the shock out of the way to get this bolt out too. So, yeah, we'll do that quick and see what happens. All right. So I got them popped out. I did a 15/16 on here. This is your camber adjustment, these cams. So what I'm going to do is mark these with a Sharpie to line up the new ones. Both sides. Same on the other side. That way I have kind of a rough idea of getting the camber back to semi-straight, so tomorrow when I take it to get aligned, we're not chewing the tires off this thing the whole way to Malone. So I'm going to mark those cam bolts and then pull them out 15/16, get them yanked out. If I got to pull the shock out of the way to get this one out, I'll do that. Pretty simple. There's just 2 bolts on top, compress it, move it. And then we'll throw the upper control arms together. I got to put bushings together and grease fittings and shit like that, but we'll see after that. Alright, quick little update just so you know. You do got to pull shock bolts out. Just slide it back, and then that cam bolt will slide behind the shock. You can rotate it and it'll come right out. So these are out. Cams, I have enough undercoat on here to keep the cams kind of in place on this side. So as you can see, I marked everything, and yeah, we'll throw these control arms together quick, put the bushings in it, grease fittings, etc., and then slap that baby back in. Alright, kind of forgot to record there, but ball joints are in. It's just 4 bolts, 4 nuts, 22 foot-pounds. And then what we're going to do is press these in. It says to put some grease on it, and then same thing with these bushings, which they supplied. Okay. Yep. Alright, all the bushings are in. They give you grease. I only had to use 1 packet. So you just lube up your bushing and then your insert. Put them all in. Pretty simple. Now we'll put these grease fittings in, like so. Put some grease in them, and then slap these babies back in the truck. Alright, so from what I can tell, these control arms look damn near identical. Not like a left or right. And there's no markings on here stating left or right. So as far as I can understand, and in the directions, they should be able to go on either side. Your stock arm has like just a hair shorter on the back side is what it looks like. So looking at these, I can't really tell any difference. So we're just going to throw them in and yeah, hope for the best. All right, pretty smooth. Everything's in. I just snugged up the alignment bolts with 3/8, but what we're going to do is torque these down to 125 foot-pounds, half-inch drive, and then we'll throw our spindle back in with the ball joint, and this side will be done, and then we'll run over to the other side and do that quick. But all in all, I mean, these are just chilling in here. Pretty simple. I mean, there's a lot of clearance too. They don't bottom out or anything. So, yep. Pretty slick. All my alignments, all the undercoating that was left on the towers, nothing moved. I just slapped them back in, so it should be pretty close. I greased these as well. Grease them while they're out, because as you can see, you got to get a right angle grease fitting to get on there. So just grease them on the floor if you ever get something like this. That is a wrap. So upper control arms are in. Everything's torqued back down 125. These ball joints are 22 foot-pounds. And then your ball joint nut, I just run it on with a 3/8 impact. Just give her a couple of good squirts on there. Got to throw the cotter pin in here. Do that later. But yeah, so overall, pretty clean. Still got clearance, and this is at full droop. So, not bad. I took like 45 to an hour, and that's just going easy and checking everything over and make sure it's all good. All of our camber pins are right where they were. This one might be a hair high, but it's all good. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like on the ground. I also got to climb under the ass end quick. I changed the shocks in the front like I mentioned before, and the rears have got to get changed. I got the Ranchos back here, so I'll throw those in, and then we'll get this on the ground and see what it looks like. Take it for a ride, kind of feel it out, and then tomorrow this will go get aligned, and the whole front end of this truck will be pretty much brand new. Uppers, lowers. The only thing that hasn't been done actually is wheel bearings and tie rods. Everything else is good.
I don't want to fucking start it.
That's a wrap. She's good to go. Go buy them. Ride's great. I think they're like $250 for both. So your $1,000 kryptonites or cognitos, if you're not gonna build this truck or your truck to the tilt and pull with it and this and that and yada yada yada, this is more than enough. I'm happy with it. All shocks are new, uppers, lower ball joints, just like a brand new baseball. Well, we'll see you down the road on the next one. Hey, I forgot to mention, if you're running bigger tires like I am, these are 34.5 by 11.5 wides. It's hit or miss, I guess, online, which I kind of knew going into this. The control arm, if you're at full lock, this part of the control arm rubs on the tire. So the fix for that is wheel spacers. So I just wanted to add that. See, now I forgot to say it. So this is getting 2-inch wheel spacers. They're ordered and on the way. So yeah, keep that in mind. If you run a factory tire, factory width at that, it'll be fine. But anything wider than factory, you're going to need a set of wheel spacers, just the way it is. So think about that when you buy.